what's up guys, the Mago3011 here with another reaction video to Smash Bracket. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this episode. Joker versus Solid Snake. Now personally, this isn't a matchup I have too much investment in, admittedly. I never played a Persona game in my life or watched Metal Gear. In this fight, I am going for Snake just because I do have a closer attachment to him, I guess, just because of the death battles I've watched with Snake and Raiden, along with playing Snake in Smash Bros. Brawl when I was a kid with my brother. So yeah, if anything, I'm going for Snake, even though, from what I've heard, he's probably going to horribly die. I will admit, there is another stake I have in this fight. The announcement video that Smash Bracket released a while back, where the Persona crew, the Phantom Thieves, publicly announced they're going after Snake. They literally made a call-out post. And, they called Snake just a government dog, and no one does my boy Snake dirty like that. Like, I know I literally just said I have no attachment to him, but, like, that's just done dirty. Like, Snake can't lose after they did that to him. Come on. Come on. I also just wanted to say that, Raccoon Bro... I heard Raccoon Bro VA is voicing Otacon, like, let's see, is he, Otacon, I know he's here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Raccoon Bro VA. I just wanted to say, if you watch this, Raccoon Bro, I love your content, man. I watch your death battle stuff, and I absolutely love your reactions, your countdowns and stuff. Not countdowns, like, see retrospectives. I'm just going to start watching the video before I embarrass myself further. So, without further ado, let's see who would win.
Who would win in a fight between Joker from Persona 5 and Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid? I'm Ink and this is Smash Bracket, the show where we put every character from Super Smash Bros. Into a giant animated
and I just want to say, this is going to be their first 3D fight, yeah. Yeah, so like, I'm so excited.
Speaking, they've been telling stories. These legends often revolve around heroes who stand in the face of even the most sinister evil as a beacon of hope to those around them.
Right.
One of the greatest modern hero tales is about the Phantom Thieves of Heart, who fought corruption wherever they found it and protected the innocent.
I really need to watch
Persona
play it.
An unassuming Japanese high schooler named Ren Amamiya. Ren lived a pretty standard small-town life, but his whole world was turned on its head when Ren came across a drunken man assaulting a young woman. He immediately jumped into action and pushed the man to the ground, saving the woman. But unfortunately, it turned out that the man that he'd pushed over was a powerful political figure in the city. And soon Ren found himself arrested for assault and forced to leave his hometown entirely.
That sucks.
He moved to a new high school in Tokyo and lived in the attic of a coffee shop. But despite the new environment, Ren found that he was far from being able to have a fresh start. Rumors quickly spread, and his reputation of being a criminal followed him, causing everybody that he met to see him with a distorted lens. Everybody, that is, except for his classmate Ryuji Sakamoto.
Maybe
Much like
I should have played the game before watching this fight.
Beaten down for speaking out against corruption in high places. In his case, it was the local gym teacher, Kamoshida. This guy beat down and threatened anyone who questioned his authority as a gym teacher, and would regularly assault his students. As Ren and Ryuji swapped stories about the adults who had wronged them, they suddenly found their school looking a lot more evil castle-y than usual. What had once been a normal Japanese high school was now a massive fortress.
Don't do drugs,
by armed
kids.
Knights and ruled by Ryuji's gym teacher, Kamoshida, who had seemingly traded in his gym pants for a crown and cape. Unbeknownst to them, Ren and Ryuji had entered the metaverse, which in this world isn't a creepy VR offshoot of Facebook, but rather a mirror dimension shaped by human consciousness. We can get into the logistics of this a little bit later, but for now, all you need to know is that Ren and Ryuji were within a physical manifestation of Kamoshida's evil desires, a place called a palace. And in this twisted reality, each of Kamoshida's corrupted thoughts—
What? Whoa! What the? What the? I know I said I didn't watch Persona or anything. I don't know anything about it. How old are the Persona characters? Like, that's just okay.
Thoughts were actualized. He was the king and everybody else was there to serve him and him alone. Upon discovering the pair, Kamoshida restrained Ren and beat Ryuji within an inch of his life as he prepared to execute the two. But even though the odds were totally stacked against him and his chances of victory were almost none,
I mean,
Ren
Deus
refused
Ex
to sit by
Machina
idly and watch an innocent person be hurt. Unfortunately, he just wasn't strong enough to rebel by himself. And it was at this low point, when all seemed totally lost, that Ren heard a voice within himself, offering him a new power if he would vow to use it to destroy evil wherever he saw it, no matter the source. And by accepting
Little,
this, Ren
magical
awoke
anime
to the
cat
power
peers.
of Persona. This new power allowed him to manifest a physical form of his own desires, which in his case was an abstract version of Arsene, the gentleman thief. And together they fought to take down Kamoshida and free Ryuji from danger. And with this newfound power, Ren soon helped Ryuji awaken to his own persona. And with the help of some
a
friends he met
pirate?
along the way, they swore to destroy the evil desires of corrupt individuals and leave society for the better. As a group, they took on
Okay.
the name the Phantom Thieves of Heart.
And yet you're
As
going
Phantom
after a
Thief,
hero.
Ren became known as Joker. While Ren was somewhat meek and reserved, Joker
Oh, what
was
was that?
brash, stylish, and left his mark wherever he went, announcing his targets with calling cards. Joker would use his power to change the hearts of the evil and force them to confess their crimes to the world. Now, while he can change someone's desires, to truly understand how Joker's powers
I
work,
mean,
we need to dig a bit deeper
technically
into
he's committed
Persona
no
lore.
crimes in the
So
how
settle in
does
and
law
make a bowl
work
of
in the
ramen,
metaverse?
because things are about to get complicated.
Oh,
At the
boy.
core of all
Here we go.
reality, beyond space and time, exists a place called the Sea of Souls, also known as the Collective Unconscious. This dimension essentially functions as the hub of all human cognition. Before people are
Just wanna
born
make
into the
sure-
world,
Is
their
that
souls
soul?
are formed here,
Everything's
with a
recording
deep
properly,
connection
right?
to all humans who
Yeah,
came
it
before
is.
them and all who would come after them. But it's not just human beings who are formed here. Every single legend, every story, and every thought that a human ever has had or ever will have are also stored here. And they take shape to match human
Every
perception.
thought,
For
huh?
example, if ancient humans heard a thunder strike and decided to tell the story of Thor, the god of thunder, Thor would begin to take shape as an actual entity within the collective unconscious. These beings shaped by human thought are called demons, and they can be summoned into
That's
the
a fun
metaverse
name.
and material world in a variety of ways. One of
Okay.
these ways is through their connection
What
to
is
each individual
Jimmy
human's
Neutron
cognition.
doing here?
Every single person has a part of their personality that they wear as a mask for everybody to see.
I mean,
For example, on
I-
YouTube, I put up the appearance of being upbeat and outgoing, but people also have aspects of their personality that they suppress. For example, I think that we should put more fruit on pizza besides just pineapple. This suppressed part of
You've
oneself
lost
is
all
called
my
a shadow.
respect.
And in the metaverse, a shadow can take shape into whatever demon most closely
Well,
fits it.
well-
By confronting one shadow, a person can harness the power
Hold up, can we go back to the pineapple on pizza thing? Just. I thought you were different, Ink. I thought you were different.
of a persona, which is like the ultimate manifestation of somebody's personality.
All right.
Anything and everything
Well,
could be a persona,
um,
but the most common ones come from real life folklore and legends.
What?
Joker, for example, believes that somebody's social status should exempt them from needing to live a good life. And so his persona manifested as
I have-
Arsene, the French gentleman thief who stole from the rich and greedy, with a gift for stylish showmanship,
Robin Hood?
all while facing off against the greatest minds in the world, like the famous detective Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I love copyright law. While most people
Yep.
can only manifest and use a single persona, some rare individuals called wild cards can use every persona. And
I think
Joker
you mean
is one of
protagonist
these wild
bullshit
cards.
powers.
Not only can he tap into the legends of Arsene, but he can also fight with some of history's most famous figures from legends and mythology, like Thor, Odin, Jack Frost, or even Satan. These different personas can alter Joker's physical attributes as well, giving him the power, speed, and abilities of whatever persona he's using. The mechanics of these abilities function much like the personas themselves. For example, let's take the basic fire attack, Agi. To use this power, Joker taps into humanity's perception of a fiery explosion and manifests that into
Kaboom.
reality. This powerful ability to channel human cognition into reality shouldn't be underestimated. For example, the spell Cosmic
Wait.
Flare hits with
So-
humanity's concept of a quasar, which, to put it simply, is what happens when a black hole eats a galaxy and then converts it into a giant laser of radiation.
Well,
He
Snake's
also
dead.
has access to devastating attacks that can effortlessly wipe out city blocks. Not only is Joker capable of dealing out this damage,
Why you
but
gotta
he
do
can
my
also
boy like
withstand
that?
it. Some exceptionally tough personas are naturally immune to certain types of damage and ailments, but through a combination of training, careful cultivation, and an item called the Omnipotent Orb,
He literally
Joker
just
is
has a
able
thing
to
called
make all of his
nuclear.
personas
A nu-
completely
nuclear-
immune to
nuclear?
almost
Yeah,
all
nuclear.
damage in his game, including physical damage and gunfire. He can also give his personas a passive trait called Iron Immunity that makes them immune to status ailments like sleep, brainwashing, or being frozen.
Snake
But
can't
beyond
even
just
do any of that, I
immunities,
don't think.
His personas also have the ability to augment his physical speed to the point where he can dodge lasers at relativistic speeds. And Joker, along with the other Phantom Thieves, always make sure to use this speed as stylishly as possible, such as when they move so fast during an all-out attack that time appears to stop entirely. Together, the Phantom Thieves
I don't know
use
about
this
that.
power to
I don't
take
know
out the
about
most
that.
corrupt people in Japan. Joker really couldn't have done it all alone, though. His fellow Phantom Thieves are always there to have his back, either in battle like Ryuji or from the sidelines like Oracle. Joker's girl in the chair who can give Joker support from afar, like breaking down an enemy's strengths and weaknesses. That being said, even on his own, Joker isn't
I don't
exactly
think
helpless.
that
He has
she's
an
a match
ability
for
called
Otacon.
Third Eye that allows him to see objects of interest, slow the perception of time, and gauge an enemy's general strength relative to his own at a glance. It can even see through invisibility. But abilities aside, Joker also has several things up his sleeve for equipment. Joker carries a couple of weapons on him. A trusty dagger and
You're just
handgun.
listing out
Unlike
all
most
the
weapons,
counters to
Joker doesn't
Snake
make these
stuff.
stronger through physical, conventional means. Instead, Joker makes his weapons more dangerous merely by causing them to look more realistic, therefore having his enemies see them as more of a threat
Gun.
and therefore increasing their cognitive power. When taken to their ultimate forms, Joker's weapons are incredibly deadly, if a little abstract, such as his Paradise
boy.
Lost, a dagger formed from the biblical concept of the fall of Adam and Eve, or the Tyrant Pistol, a gun created from the concept of Lucifer himself being
How
condensed
do
into
you
a weapon.
compete with the
So with all
Bible?
of this power and devotion, it's no wonder that the story of the Phantom Thieves have stuck with so many people. Whether he's cracking out quasars, taking out tyrants, or dominating local food challenges, Ren has always had the same goal in mind. Screw the status quo and eliminate evil wherever he sees it, especially if that evil is masquerading as good and held by people in positions of power. And it's that exact devotion that will keep people coming back to the legends of the Phantom Thieves. John F. Kennedy once famously said,
All right.
"Ask not what your country can
We're-
do for
we're
you,
on the
but what
snake
you
now.
can do for your country." And throughout the decades since that phrase was first uttered, few characters have embodied the ideal of dedicating their entire life to their country more than Solid Snake. The story of Solid Snake is one of
on,
unwavering
Snake.
dedication and bravery in the face of
I wanna
insurmountable
believe in you.
odds. But even a legend
Show
as
me what you
wild
got.
as that of Solid Snake starts from simple beginnings. It all began with a young American soldier named John. The year was 1964, and John found himself right in the middle of the Cold War, toughing the jungles of Russia and operating under the codename Naked Snake. His mission was
All right.
simple: infiltrate the area and rescue a Soviet's weapon developer.
I should
Unfortunately,
probably
what
say
should have
I
been
don't know a
simple
lot about
extraction turned into
Metal
a
Gear as
high-stakes
well.
stealth operation, full of twists, betrayals, and gunmen making cat noises. While he was trying to extract his target, Naked Snake stumbled across the plans for a tank with nuclear capabilities called the Shagohod. Because letting our enemies have nuclear tanks was low on the priority list
I
of
just
the
remem-
United
I just
States,
remembered
Snake's
one
mission
win
changed
condition
to
Snake
include
has.
destroying the Shagohod
He
for
beat
good.
Psycho
And this
Mantis, who
mission
could
ultimately
directly
led him to
fuck
face
with the
off
game
with his
itself.
longtime friend and mentor, known simply as the Boss.
That's his
And
only
after a
chance.
heated battle, Snake came out on top and was forced to choose between friend and country, ultimately deciding to pull the trigger and fulfill his orders. The success of this mission, which came to be known as Operation Snake Eater, put President Johnson in the Naked Snake fan club. But because having a man named Johnson wear fan merch for Naked Snake would look questionable, and to honor his past accomplishments, Snake was bestowed the name Big Boss and went down in history as the greatest soldier to ever live. But John's mentor wasn't the only one to die during Operation Snake Eater. When Snake pulled that trigger, it killed a piece of himself as well.
Oh,
He
the
became bitter and
classic
jaded as
story.
he disavowed the government altogether, becoming convinced that rather than having countries build up their own armies, the best solution would be to hire freelance military groups called private military companies, or PMCs for short, who all live in their own mini country together. So he began forming his own freelance army with the help of some allies and his old medic, who became his body
Venom.
double and took on the name Venom Snake, operating as a second big boss. Now, the United States didn't love
many
the idea of
snakes
losing
are
their
there?
self-proclaimed best soldier to ever live, so they came up with an alternative plan. If we can't hire Naked Snake, we'll just make a new one. So the government did what any rational person would do in a situation
I'm not gonna
like
question
this. They had a top-secret Illuminati group called the Patriots start an underground operation to clone Big Boss without his consent or
Oh, boy.
knowledge. They called this
Here we-
project Les Enfants Terribles. Les Enfants Terribles.
Les enfants terribles.
Which is French that roughly translates to create genetic clones of our favorite ex-soldier and hope they don't turn out evil. So they took
Valid.
an old flame of naked snakes named Ava and fertilized 8 embryos. Of these embryos, 2 survived. Twins named Eli and David. Eli took on Big Boss's dominant genes and took on the codename Liquid Snake, while David took on Big Boss's recessive genes and became known as Solid Snake.
Let's go!
There was also a third clone that was a perfect balance between the two and took on the name Solidus Snake and kind of became the president of the United States for a while. Metal Gear lore is weird, y'all. From day one, Solid Snake was raised to be the
true battle here
perfect
is
soldier.
Persona
He
lore
trained
versus
from a
Metal
young
Gear
age and
lore.
as a teenager joined the United States Green Berets, where he fought through the Gulf War. Eventually, his natural combat ability gained him enough notoriety that he was able to join the elite military unit known as Foxhound, where he was trained by none other than Big Boss himself. Under Big Boss's tutelage, Solid Snake learned close quarters combat, a hand-to-hand combat system that just has some of the worst form I have ever seen, but somehow he makes it work. For most of his appearances, Snake is skilled enough to dodge
It's
the aim
Snake,
of
he makes
gunmen, but
anything work.
generally struggles to sneak past enemies at more than a few miles per hour. Things like this make him feel like a pretty grounded, if skilled soldier, until Metal Gear randomly decides to turn him into Neo for a few cutscenes and have him jump fast enough to keep pace with a spray of bullets, and then make him fight a vampire, only to return him back to being a semi-standard spy thriller character immediately after that. But even through all of these absurd
Metal Gear,
shifts in
everyone.
tone throughout the series, Snake has always been somewhat superhuman. He's able to punch strong enough to send grown men flying through the air, and he's durable enough to regularly shrug off bullets and explosions, which he can heal from incredibly quickly. But although he's explicitly superhuman in his stats, Snake's true strength comes from his equipment and his strategy. Let's start by talking about his strategical
Alright,
abilities.
let's see.
Snake has been able to fight and defeat enemies that, by all measurements on paper, he should have had no chance against. Among these is the
Alright.
telepath Psycho Mantis, a soldier who could read his thoughts as they fought, and should have been virtually impossible to even hit. And while in the games you beat Psycho Mantis by changing your controller to the Player 2 port, in the official animated graphic novelization of Metal Gear Solid, we can see some more context as to what this looks like from an in-universe view. Snake was essentially able to notice even the most minute details being off, and was able to capitalize on that to beat the Psychic. And this strategical ability is only enhanced by his codec system, a communication system implanted in Snake's ear
Otacon,
that
let's
allows him
go.
to instantly communicate with his support team at a moment's notice. With their help, Snake has taken out legendary snipers, killed Big Boss's body double, Venom Snake, with nothing but a lighter and a can of hairspray, and demolished the machines this entire franchise was named for, Metal Gears. While the Shagohod was a tank capable of launching nukes, Metal Gears were like you took those same capabilities and combined them with a Gundam. These things were made to dish out and take serious damage, but Snake has been able to take them
Alright.
out time and time again. And not only has he destroyed them, but Snake has actually piloted a Metal Gear of his own before, known as Metal Gear Rex. This brings us to Snake's equipment. Over the years, he's amassed
Is he gonna
a
get a
huge
Metal Gear in
arsenal
this
of
fight? That would
weapons
be
and
awesome.
tools. Now, I should note that while we can't scale Snake's physical feats to those of other clones of Big Boss, after all, they've had very different upbringings, and a major theme of the game is that people are far more than just their genes, so compiling them would kind of fly in the face of that. For the purposes of
that's fair.
today's battle, we've composited the arsenals of each playable version of Snake across the Metal Gear franchise.
Works for me.
Not only do they all play similarly, but they've all also had the same weapon supplier for a time. Snake has carried a variety of guns, grenades, and missile launchers over the years, but his most iconic is definitely his tranquilizer dart. A headshot from one of these bad boys can instantly put his target to sleep,
Yeah,
taking
that's
him
not
out of the
gonna
fight
help.
entirely. He also has several other non-lethal options at his disposal, such as sleep gas, smoke grenades, flashbangs, EMP grenades, and Playboy magazines that he strategically weaponizes to distract his enemies. Yes, that is real. Defensively, he also carries around a pill that allows him to fake his own death, containers to hide in, like his signature cardboard box, and several inflatable decoys of himself, complete with a voice box and high-grade explosives. But one of the most surprising tools up his sleeve is the Fulton Extractor. This thing can yoink enemies into the air and send them straight to a battleship, loaded with highly armed soldiers. But if pulling your enemy into the sky
Fascinating.
like a discount Christian Bale isn't doing it for you, Snake's research and development team had developed this technology even further, allowing Snake to suck his enemies into wormholes that can even be launched from rocket launchers, removing them from the battlefield entirely. And this is where Snake really excels.
What?
He's no stranger going up against near impossible odds.
That's
But he's always been able to find a way around it by using his incredible strategic
didn't know
ability
that.
and ingenuity. But let's see if that's enough to let him take on his opponent for today, Joker. But first, if you want to help support what we're doing
That-
here and keep our small
okay.
channel alive, consider joining us on Patreon or YouTube membership.
All right.
Each episode of Smash Bracket on average takes us over 200 hours to make as a team. Ad revenue is hard to sustain on a series that takes so long to put together, so
These
having your
animations
support
are
on
so
either of these
beautiful.
platforms is really the
All
single
right.
best way you can help keep these episodes coming and make sure that we're able to finish
Betting
this
on
project all the way through to the
Joker,
end. But with
rooting
that
for
out of the
Snake.
way, let's get into the fight to find out who will win this round of the
Let's-
Smash Bracket and who will be disqualified.
Let's go.
Let's get into it.
Oh man.
All right, team. Is everyone ready?
It's so.
Today's the day.
Excellent. I've been looking forward to that buffet I've heard so much about.
What? We're taking down a bad guy today. Why are you always so focused on food?
It's food.
Sorry, I spent all my money on art supplies after we were brought to this world. I've been stretching a bowl of ramen over the last 2 weeks.
Every college student ever.
That is seriously unhealthy.
You've got to take care of yourself, Yusuke.
So, remind me what we're doing here again?
As you all know, the metaverse has been leaking out into the physical world. With this comes the ability to use our powers anywhere, but also a set of objectives.
That's convenient.
Yeah. Like that message we all got a few weeks ago.
I'm still pissed about that. Why are we even listening to what some stupid dream told us to do?
We've dealt with people who can control the whole metaverse before. We know what's at stake here. Until we
Oh,
learn more
boy.
about who we are dealing with, we can't afford to upset them.
Exactly. So that means that today's mission is taking out our first target. Codename Solid Snake.
So it's one normal guy against the Phantom Thieves? This is about to be way too easy. Haha, yeah. Can't wait to show this guy what happens. when
Come
he
on,
messes with
Snake.
Skull. Guys?
Oh, about that.
What? Something I said?
Who's gonna tell him?
You're not coming this time.
Wait, for real? Why the hell not?
Pretty much instantly.
This mission requires a certain amount of grace and subtlety.
Subtlety? Then why does Morgana get to go?
And I'll be staying behind on this one.
Oh man, come on, it's just one guy.
It may be one guy, but
There's
this
so
isn't
much
any
passion put
ordinary
into these
soldier.
animations. They didn't have to
right.
do this.
Snake is a master of combat, stealth, and infiltration. He has taken
Like,
out
you guys at
nearly
Smash
unstoppable
Bracket are all
targets before they
amazing.
even knew he was there.
Oh, cool, so he's sneaky. Who the hell cares about that if Joker killed the Grim Reaper?
Frankly, we were lucky he had the flu.
I'm just saying, we all need to be on our A game. We may be tough, but Snake specializes in beating the unbeatable.
And beat Joker.
That's why
Come
they
on.
call him the man who makes
Please.
the impossible possible.
Damn it, I wanted to fight a soldier.
Well, what do you think, Joker?
He's too cocky. Oh.
All right, everyone. It's showtime.
I don't see him.
He probably already knows we're here.
Oh.
Stay sharp.
Yep. Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Con, you didn't tell me we're gonna have to fight a bunch of kids in cosplay. Should we have dressed up for the occasion?
This is no laughing matter, Snake. Those are the Phantom Thieves of Heart. They may look like children, but they are incredibly dangerous.
So what have we got on them?
Well, it's a little hard to pin down. There
Come
is a lot
on.
of conflicting information online about these guys.
Online?
Even my normal information channels get thousands of hits for even vague search terms.
Like drinking from a virtual fire hose. Someone wants to hide in plain sight.
It does seem that way.
All right.
Fortunately for us, I was able to put together.
I
an
haven't listened to the
algorithm that
soundtrack
checks
again or
potential
anything,
of
so I'm
each
really looking
author.
forward to hearing it.
Smart.
You are looking at Carmen Takamani, Mo Kamatari, and Lupin Susanoo, aka Panther, Queen, and finally, your target, Joker.
Joker. And you said this was no laughing matter. So what can he do?
The Phantom Thieves feed on cognition. They absorb your fears and guilt to grow stronger. Keep your head on straight and don't trust your senses. Things may not be what they seem. You may
Alright.
think you are safe, but even
Ooh.
if a single attack catches you, that will be your last surprise.
I understood
Take
that
them down.
reference.
Take them down. Don't get hit. Sounds easy.
Just be careful, okay?
Come
Snake?
on.
You saw that message. You know this isn't a standard mission. Watch your back.
Got it.
This is going to be so good.
Reveal
I
yourself,
bet he takes
Snake.
out Panther and
There's no use hiding.
like. Oh my god. Gee.
Joker, he's here! Something is interfering with my signal. I'm going to try and get around it.
Let's go.
You're outmatched, kid.
You're done.
No 3, 2, 1, go? Disappointed, SMH. But let's go!
Pistol. You're going to need more than illusions here, kid.
Oh, this is so good. Oh! I think that's infanticide. Like, I just don't think, I don't think Snake can deal with all this. I'm not sure.
You didn't tell me this guy had nanomachines.
I haven't seen nanomachines like this before. Even Foxhound isn't this advanced.
He just created a demon snowman, and I don't think his name is really Lupin. Or Alice. When I touched him, my arm felt like it didn't even connect. Even when I was punching that girl in the dress. I hit her, but it just felt weird.
Alright.
I don't think I'm actually hurting them.
This is a problem.
Loticon's getting the data.
Nothing you can't handle. You have fought foes stronger than you before. Use your head, be creative, and whatever you do, don't...
And cut. I almost had to use both of my hands to crack that one. That was a nice little communication jammer you hooked up.
You're pretty good. One of the Phantom Thieves, I presume. Perhaps Mo Kamatari?
Dude, Mokumatari is a copy. You guys took my fake leaks hook, line, and sinker. You've really got to check your sources.
Well played.
Admit it, you got outplayed. I know everything about you, David.
It seems like you did your homework. You knew about Otacon, and you got around our communication jammers. I'm just wondering what you did about the mobile nuclear launch pad sitting right outside the building.
Nice try, Snake. I've got the exact GPS coordinates of every Metal Gear on the planet.
So you don't know. Just one button press and this building is gone.
You're bluffing. I've seen the military's logs.
Not everything is documented online, kid. And about that jammer, we always bring a spare.
Loticon's back. Yep. Okay. Kirby, no!
Let me show you the power of the wild card.
Arsene? Yep. I think we're getting close to the finale.
You're mine.
All out attack.
Beat him up!
Yep. Music climaxing. That's it. Yeah.
And there you go. This fight was just not
Hey,
close
my
at all
comments
when looking at
there.
stat comparisons.
Yo!
Snake could send
Yo!
grown men just...
Yo, that's me! That's me! Let's go! Yo! Let's
not close at
go!
all when looking at stat comparisons. Snake could send grown men flying through the air, destroy giant Metal Gears, and survive deadly explosives. But Joker was just operating on a different scale. Take a look at how their best strength and durability feats line up, and there's almost no comparison to be made here. Joker was also way too fast for Snake to handle. Even if we disregard his ability to dodge lasers, he's also moving around at Mach 17 during his all-out attacks. He was also able to entirely negate all of Snake's most reliable tactics, including non-lethal methods of incapacitation like sleep. He could also use a persona to reflect Snake's own bullets back at him. And this is a shame because Snake really would have had a decent chance here if it weren't for those negations. Snake is a master strategist.
I knew he would, but like,
he easily
it's
had
those
the
damn
edge over
negations.
Joker in this department and could have talked himself into a scenario where he probably could have surprised Joker with a sleep dart or a sleep gas, but Joker would just be able to shrug it off. And his lethal strategies were non-starters as well. Even if we let Snake have access to a Metal Gear, it just isn't even close to the kind of damage output that Joker is used to dealing with. Ultimately, Snake's only viable win condition would be to remove Joker from the battlefield entirely, with his wormhole extraction device or the Fulton. But pulling off a maneuver like that would require some serious speed that he just doesn't have even with the most generous interpretations of his feats. At the end of the day, Joker was just way too fast and way too strong and durable for Snake to even touch. And he also shut down any non-lethal win condition as well.
Snake!
Joker is the winner. Moving on to the next round of the Smash Bracket. Next time on the Smash Bracket.
I think it's Ken and Terry, right? I think I saw a poll. Yeah.
Bring it on! Come on!
Alright, once again. Oh, that was such a beautiful animation, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh, you guys at the Smash Bracket, keep doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is amazing. Oh. Remember to go like, comment, subscribe to the original video, and maybe like, comment, and subscribe to me. The feedback and just reception I've been getting on these reaction videos have been just absolutely phenomenal. So, like, thank you all so much. But yeah, with that, I don't really think I have anything much to say that I haven't already said. Beautiful animation. I kind of knew that Joker was gonna win this. Snake really didn't have a chance. That hurts physically. I really wanted him to win. But hey, next time, we'll see who Joker's going up against next, which I don't really know. Joker's going to make it far in the Smash Bracket, unless he's like round 2 against like Kirby or someone like that. Like, Kirby getting hit is a joke in the Smash Bracket videos, but my money's still on him to win the entire thing. So yeah. But with that, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!